In this video, we'll take a look at the Analyze and Cleanup tools. These are very helpful when you bring in a DXF or DWG file. They'll let you see if there are potential errors in the drawing and then clean it up. Let's go to our iGEMS menu and I'll import a couple of DXF files. And I'm going to go with manual placement. I'll insert the file name. Specify point where I want to put it on my screen. I'll left click. Specify height. That's the height of the text. That'll put the part name on there. I'm going to left click, and we'll left click there. And next part, specify point where we want to have it. Left click, and then specify a point for our text. Okay. Got some dimension lines here. I'm just going to go ahead and delete those. Hold down your Shift key and click on something if you accidentally select it and you want to deselect it. Control Z, undo. Okay, I'm going to move this up here a little bit. I'm also going to double click on that and make that a little bit smaller. We go to CAM and we try to create parts and drag a box around these. Left click, enter. We see in the preview window the part on the right. We don't see the outside of it. That's a good indication that there's something wrong in that DXF file. We'll just hit cancel. And we'll go to our Tools tab and Analyze. The part on the left had some yellow X's, as we saw in the preview window, that those yellow X's apparently weren't enough of an issue to cause any problem creating the part. However, the part on the right, we see some red X's. Those tend to be a little bit more significant. This circle here has both yellow and red X's. The Analyze tool is basically a toggle. Click on that to toggle those X's on and off. If you click on it and you don't see any yellow or red X's, then your drawing is clean already. If we click onto this circle, you'll see when I click on the perimeter of the circle that we basically see the 5 grips, and then the circle remains solid. Normally when you click on a line segment or an arc, it'll show up as a dashed line like that. If I click on this one here, dashed lines, the fact that this is solid indicates that there's at least 2 circles on top of each other. There could be more. If I left click and I drag a box right to left, down here in the bottom we see that there's apparently 2 circles there. Hit escape. I could just click and delete one of those, but we're here for the cleanup tool, so we'll use that. Okay, we'll start the cleanup command. Once you start it, down on the bottom, it prompts you specify tolerance, and default value at this point is 0. If you leave it at 0, it's only going to remove duplicated entities. This circle here, it'll delete the extra circle, but if we zoom in on some of these corners here, it's not going to close up these gaps if you leave the tolerance at 0. I usually like starting at 0 the first pass and see if that takes care of everything and then go from there. We'll hit enter, drag a box around everything, hit enter. Down at the bottom shows us before there were 70 segments and now there's 57. If we do the Analyze again, the part on the left doesn't have any more yellow X's. Not that they were causing us an issue anyways, but they're gone. And then we're still getting red X's up here where we've got these gaps. I made these gaps different distances, and by doing that we can see the effect of the tolerance number that we type in at the bottom when we do the cleanup the next time. That gap there is 6,000th of an inch. Come over to here. This gap is 4,000ths of an inch. I'll hit escape to remove those measurements. Similar idea up here. This gap is about 4,000ths of an inch. Let's turn off the analyze and we'll do the cleanup again. Specify tolerance. If I type in 0.003, and I don't necessarily have to select the drawing on the left since I've already cleaned it up, but I'll just select everything anyways, hit enter. Shows us 57 segments before, 57 segments after. Because my tolerance was smaller than all those gaps, it didn't do anything. Do cleanup, and this time for the tolerance, 0.005, enter. I'll just do a Control A this time, select all, hit enter. Now it shows us 57 segments before, 59 after. If we zoom in here, we see that's drawn a line across there to connect those 2 points. We can do the analyze and see what's left over. So here it's closed up that corner, and over at this corner we still have a gap there because that gap was greater than 5,000ths of an inch. Escape to get rid of that measurement, toggle off the analyze, back to cleanup, 0.006. And since that was right on the border, didn't clean that up, 0.0061. Now that's closed up. That's the basic idea of how the analyze and cleanup tools work. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.